Hello, welcome back to Bella's Big Adventures. My name's Sue, and today Doug, Bella and I are, well, to be perfectly honest, at home in Slovakia. When I started editing my next video, I realised I'd forgotten to record an intro, so here I am doing it in retro. We actually left the Midlands in the UK, travelled down to Calais to a campsite called the Black Horse Farm Caravan and Motorhome Club site. We stayed overnight before heading over on the Eurotunnel through France, Belgium, Germany, Austria and into Slovakia. We did make 2 stops on the way, at 2 aires, one in Belgium and one in Germany. So I hope you'll stay tuned and see how we got on. Thanks for watching. It's a Caravan and Motorhome Club site, so if you're looking for this usual symbol, it's just on the left up here where that speeds.
This way, is it?
Yep.
No.
Turn left, then your destination
Here,
on the right.
yes. Black Horse Farm. Okay.
Your destination is on the right.
Just made it in time because reception shuts at 4 p.m. I've already paid as well, so really we're just trying to find out which pitch we're on. If you do arrive after the reception's closed, they usually put a notice on the pin board there in the middle so that you can get through the barrier and things like that. Okay, so we've got to drive all the way around the site to get to pitch number 111. So we made it just in time for reception, which is handy. Right, so we're by reception and we've got to go, I don't know which way it was map is. By reception. Okay. So left here then, because there's no entry that way anyway. Huh?
It's a one-way system.
Ah, right, okay. It's not that busy around this bit anyway, so quick drive around the pitch before it goes completely dark.
There is a cone on the pitch.
Oh right, okay, that's good. So nobody could steal it in case we were late. It comes in handy when you tell them you might be late. So there's the toilet block there. That's 93.
Turn left.
Got to turn left again.
Right there where
Oh, I see, yes, that's good.
That's the cone.
Marvellous. There's a service area there. And we are over here where the cone is. Okay, we are in, red marker. We have a tower for power and the bollard to stop us hitting the tower. Wait a minute, Bella. And we've got a drain hole there as well. So we're just levelling. I think that one's already down and the other side is coming down now. So that's good, doesn't look too bad. The van is absolutely filthy, unfortunately. It's now lifting up the front. I don't know whether you can tell that or not. We'll just see how it's getting on. Don't know whether it's finished or not. Yep, it's finished, so all green lights. And to get the cable out. And get us hooked up. It's not like we've got a long way to go, is it? Could do with a shorter cable for this job. What do you think, Bells? We haven't been to a campsite for quite some time, have we? We're just going to plug in the waste, get rid of it before we set over on the tunnel tomorrow. Because we don't know where we're stopping tomorrow night and whether there'll be any services, so might as well get rid of it while we can. Haven't got that much in actually, have we, at the minute?
No, we haven't got that much. Emptied it before we set off.
It's like got the hosey end on. I'll attach that. It's just a silicon seal, so that's on there now on the pipe. Getting a little bit dark to video, to be honest. And that's it. Yep, we don't need that much actually, so that's good. That's got a big kink in it. I think somebody's actually stood on that one at some point. It's got a bit squashed. Right, I'll go and press the button. Right, I just slide and press to get the waste button on. Just have a quick visual look at the water tank, because even though it says in theory how much you've got, sometimes it's not quite right. And the sensors get a bit clogged up. So, yeah, it's less than half full. So we'll give it a bit of a top up. It's getting a little bit foggy now, but just over there is the services shower block, toilet block and everything. And Belly's tied to a post as usual. The usual services. Very handily positioned for chemical waste, fire extinguishers, bins, drinking water, rabbits at work. What do you reckon, Bells? Are you glad to be out of the van, are you? It's really convenient for the Eurotunnel. It's literally 3 miles away, so let's have a quick look over here. I think this is the laundry. Looks like we've got some big washers. Yep. Oh, automatic lights. So we've got a big washer. Oh, a top loader as well. And a dryer. And there are some sinks as well. Sorry, lights are strobing. It's a nice drying room here for wet clothes and things for ladies and gents. Plenty of space if you go into the Eurotunnel. And they do have what they call ferry pitches, which means you can leave super early without disturbing people who are staying longer. They're right by reception. I think this bit might be for tents. Yeah. Today, Doug, Bella and I are leaving Black Horse Farm campsite and we're heading off to Channel Tunnel. We're finally going back to Slovakia, so we've got another long journey ahead of us. So I'll film the tunnel from the UK side, because obviously now we've got a pet reception, which we didn't used to have until Brexit. So yeah, we'll do that and we'll see you later. Okay, bye for now. And we've got all of about 3 miles to go down to the Channel Tunnel turn. We're a little bit early, but they might let us onto an earlier train. So this is the tunnel on the right, to be honest. So we're running alongside where you enter. So Junction 12, Channel Tunnel. Folkestone down that way, but we're just going to the tunnel, so we keep going round. And then off to the left, and then you're on the Channel Tunnel site basically, and sort of going back on yourself parallel to the motorway. Got to go through passenger traffic and tall vehicles, so buses or motorhomes. So that's the freight terminal where they have to check in, and cars and vans keep going round. It's well signposted, you can't really go wrong. So we're not Flexi Plus, we're just ordinary. One with a green arrow basically. So we'll go to this one. There's a person at this one, so We need to check in now, give them our boarding number. Normally it just scans your number plate, so it does it automatically. So cars right, buses and vans and caravans straight on. And then we're in here somewhere.
Straight on.
Go right now. Oh.
Is that where we're supposed to go?
Other vehicles it says. So I think you've got to go down this side and then just turn here. Somewhere around here. Tall vehicles. And park up and walk to pet reception. Which they've sort of added on to the main shopping area. Right, we're on the Eurotunnel. Let's jiggle in about a bit. Sorry about the yellow light, it's because we've got the lights on. We're on the Eurotunnel eventually. We got there nice and early. Took our pet passports to pet reception, only to be told that it wasn't acceptable and we needed to go and get a health certificate from a vet. It gave us a list of vets. Please ring one of these and come back later. So I rang all 9 on the list, I think there were in total. One was on hold for quite some time, so I rang them back last, and fortunately they managed to get us in. I think they're called Abbywell Vets in Folkestone. Very nice chap, helped us out, but it cost me £199 for the privilege of copying what was in the 2 pet passports, because obviously some of her old vaccines are in her old British passport and some of the new ones are in the new EU passport that we got from Slovakia. But because the Slovaks had written in the old British passports, which are now no longer valid, about the rabies vaccine, it wasn't valid. So all the guy had to do was copy the information out of the pet passports onto a piece of paper and stamp them. So there was no new information supplied, it's just an absolute rip-off. But anyway, we made it back within probably 2 hours. They got us onto the next train. There was no food checks. They asked us if we'd switched the gas off. They didn't even check. But anyway, we're here. We're on the way. We haven't worked out where we're going yet, but we'll do that once we get across. I don't know why there are so many people walking up and down the train when the toilets are still closed on the Eurotunnel trains. So, rant over. I'll see you later. We are officially in France and the sun is sort of shining. Obviously we've lost another hour by going forward, but it's still light, so we're going to see how much progress we can make before it goes dark. Morning guys, we are just packing up because we're just about to leave. We've stayed at a lead mining museum car park. It's an aire, so there's plenty of places. There's even electricity. Just buy a token from a little distributor on the left hand side of the car park. There's water, black and grey waste, and rubbish bins, so it's a perfect little spot. I'll put a what 3 words, and it's absolutely pouring with rain now as usual, but I'll go and take a little bit of video because it's an old mine, obviously. Yes, so what we're doing, Bells? Are we happy? Are we ready to go? I think we might be. You just need clipping into your harness. Right, well I'm just braving the rain because it's such a fabulous sight and it's definitely well worth a stopover if you're coming. It's in a small quiet village, so it is really peaceful. This is the entrance. As you can see over there's a big kiddies playground. Apparently there's a canteen as well. Sorry, it really is raining quite hard. This is the mill. Oops, raining on the camera. There's Douglas in the car, and that's where you can park. As you can see, it's a big car park. As I say, the back bit over there is where the electrical hookups are, and over on the right there is where you can get rid of toilet waste, grey waste. It's fresh water. It is absolutely pouring down, but Doug tells me it's well worth going to have a little explore. You can see there's bits of track. It's obviously a museum, so you can go inside when it's open. And then that's the entrance over there. And as I say, apparently there is a canteen here. We didn't realise till after we'd eaten our dinner. And it was open quite late, so you can eat here as well. That's the entrance to visit the mine. Great big kiddies playground. All also got a little railway track on it. So this is us just leaving the mine. Great stop, well worth a visit, and it's free. Just €2 for 12 hours of electricity.
1.5 kilometers.
Oh, is it 6 amps, did you say, Doug?
6 amps.
6 amps maximum, so not massive, but enough to keep things ticking over.
Yeah.
So the village we're going to go through has little sort of priority chicanes, but we've got our huge van through it without any problem last night, so it's a quiet little village, it's not too busy. You're only about 4 or 5 kilometres off the main road, but enough to not hear all the traffic, so that was pretty good. I should add we are in Belgium, sorry I didn't say that, but we're heading towards Regensburg in Germany today, hopefully, depending on the traffic. We're going to head that way and see how far we can get, and then try and find another aire, hopefully as good as this one. That's a very big church for a small town. Nice butchers there. It's a chemist. Apparently there's a Lidl close by and a Carrefour.
And a very large vet just on the corner.
A very large vet. Alright, cool. There's a nice statue for the mining town.
Hi, morning guys. Last day of our travels today. We're near Regensburg. Can't remember the name of the place, but it's a fabulous aire.
There's lots of private little spaces, electric hookup, which you have to pay, fill with euros basically. I think it's a euro for 2 kilowatts of electricity. They're all sectioned off with little beach hedges, there's picnic tables. We're just slotted in here. It's on the site of a sports centre, which is just over there. There's some tennis courts. We haven't been in because we arrived quite late, but I think there are showers and things in there. This one isn't free. It's €8.50 a day, and you do have to pay for the electricity on top of that. But if you don't want electricity, then, you know, fair enough. There's also water here. As you can see here, plug number 3 has still got 1.87 kilowatts left on it. But basically you choose your language, select a socket, 1, 2, 3 and 4, press OK, and then fill it with coins up to whatever kilowatts you want, and you just plug in your sockets there. There's a drive over waste point here. I think there might be toilet waste somewhere as well, but I haven't found that yet. Oh, there is WC, so the WC is down here, it says on the thing. It says up here, WC down that hole. And press for water, for fresh water. So this is drinking. Oh no, that's not drinking water, that's for the wastewater. I think the drinking water's around this side. Yes. So there's start stop on the drinking water, so that's the drinking water tap. So this is how you pay. You could use the app, or you can just go on here, select your language, English, OK. And then it says $8.50 a day from midnight to 12 PM, maximum stay of 7 days. You select how many days you want, put your card in, put your PIN number in, and that's it. Job done. You can also pay by PayPal if you download the app and everything, so that's really easy. Doug's just reversing the van in to empty our grey waste. I better direct him a little bit, he's going a bit wonky. Woo, 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 woo. Come back about another foot. So we just need to get over. Bit more. Stop. There is a little handle just the other side of this grid, but I think that's maybe if you've got a lot going down at once. It seems to be draining anyway, so you can put your little books in the telephone. What was the telephone booth, I think? Nice little picnic tables. I'll put the 3 words for this because we ended up in a car park the other side of the sports centre, and apparently Doug went out last night with Bella and there was like a few boy racers gathering together for whatever purpose. We did stop there, there's nobody there, and then a chap came around and said, oh no, you need to be around the other side. So obviously this looks much more secure and there's lighting and everything. There was sockets around there, but not all the wastewater and things like that. Apparently there's 45 spaces here. As you can see, that block over there, I think is the toilet block, because people are going across this little bridge here. I think there's also a restaurant in this sports centre as well. I imagine it would get busier in the summertime, but it's nicely laid out. So another good aire. And you're looking for the Riviera. When you find the signpost, it's called the Riviera. There are some rubbish bins and wheelie bins to get rid of your rubbish. But yeah, really peaceful spot. Right on the banks of the river. Oh, and some quite interesting building top in the distance there. I'm really looking forward to getting home into my own bed for a change. I think that's what you miss most about travelling, is your own bed at home. I mean, the beds in the van are really comfortable, don't get me wrong, but being in your own bed somehow, you sleep better, I think. I've been out on the road visiting friends and having a fabulous time. It's been great to catch up after 2 years of not seeing anybody. But yeah, back to reality now. And there he is, still parked in the waste section. So, time to go home.
Now turn right onto Osttangenter.
Seems to be onto a mainish road now. The tree colour has been absolutely amazing, but unfortunately yesterday it was so wet and grey that you could barely see it and the clouds were so low. We're not that far away from Regensburg, I
Now
don't
take
think.
the first exit at the roundabout.
Did you see the big round tower?
I did, yes, I don't know what that was. To have a look at that. It'll be an interesting place to explore when we've got time. Looks quite pretty. It's another big tower thing. It's a church, I think. It's got a cross on the top. Turning right.
In 200 meters,
Nice
turn
little
left
town.
onto Hallman-Strasse.
Mist rising off the trees again. Beautiful colours now. It's just a bit grey today again. Just need a little bit of sunshine to make it pop. Very low-lying cloud level on that hill, but you can just about see the top today, so it's cleared somewhat. Even a little bit of blue sky. This is coming up to Deggendorf. I'm just about to come off. Looks really pretty and atmospheric. Danube down there on the right. And this fabulous bridge in the mist. Just coming back out of the clouds, that's really weird. 1 minute, thick fog, 2 seconds later, back in the sunshine. First official sign for Bratislava. Woohoo! Getting closer. We're just coming up to the Austrian-Slovakian border. That turquoise corridor across the top there. So this is the first proper border we've actually been through.
Continue onto E58.
Been through all the countries. So let's see. I don't know whether they're stopping people on this side or not. There seems to be a big queue going into Austria. Doesn't seem to be anybody about. There's nobody checking anything. So that's it for today. So from me, Doug and Bella, bye for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.